Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief of the India Today Group, Mr. Arun Puri, distinguished speakers and friends. It is both an honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the 5th edition of the India Today Conclave South. This, by the way, is the first time that we are holding it in the capital of the southernmost state, Kerala. And I got up early this morning with the sounds of the roar of the ocean, a beautiful, bright, cloudy sky, and fresh air. And I thought, now I know why we call it God's own country. Apart from being the country's first totally literate state, Kerala has earned yet another distinction. Just last week, Chief Minister, sir, you declared Kerala as the first totally e-governed state in the country. So let's give the Chief Minister a very warm round of applause for that. This, of course, is a splendid achievement and a significant step towards bringing about a paradigm shift in grassroots governance, including raising the bar for an efficient and responsive administration, sir, that you are very well known for. Like Kerala, the rest of the South stands out from the rest of the country, particularly in major parameters, whether economic, social, and political. I don't know why we keep using the word or the term down south. Given the performance that we have, it's really up south. And to coin another phrase which Amitabh Kant used for India, this is really incredible south, not just India. Now, I come from Karnataka, which is a neighboring district of Kerala. In a neighboring district to Kerala, which is Coorg and Kodagu. I'm not sure if you've ever been there, sir. You've been pretty close to that at some point. It is the source of the river Kaveri. In fact, my grandparents' house is right below Brahmagiri, from where the Kaveri bubbles. And maybe a coincidence or in some ways destiny, my wife comes from Tanjavur, where the Kaveri River empties out into the great Bay of Bengal at that point. I have also lived in Hyderabad, the capital of Telangana, and in Nellore, where my father served in the army in Andhra Pradesh. I now live in Delhi, but I must say that my heart remains in the beautiful and progressive South. Now, let me give some economic parameters to show just how distinctive the South is and how far ahead it is as compared to the rest of the country. In the past few decades, South India has witnessed a sustained growth in its per capita income, and the technological innovation that it has brought about has proceeded with phenomenal pace, almost a frenetic pace, if you would like to call that. The economies of the South have registered a higher than national average growth over the past 3 decades. South India is the largest gross domestic product compared to any other regions of the country. I know Arun is here, he loves figures, but I think I'm going to give a little pass. I don't want to load you with too many lakh crores and everything that. We'll put it in the magazine. But just to give you a few, and as mentioned earlier, the South has one of the strongest economies in India, accounting for over 30% of the country's GDP. Data available in the Reserve Bank of India and economic surveys of these states show that in 2023, Tamil Nadu alone had a GSDP of around rupees 24.8 lakh crores. That makes it the largest economy in the South, followed by Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and of course Kerala being a smaller state. Now, if you take a look at the per capita income of these 5 states, they have a much higher per capita income as compared to the national average. The national average is around 1,50,000 a year. Telangana recorded the highest per capita income of 2,75,443 in financial year 2022. Karnataka comes second with around 2,65,623. And by the way, these are among the 2 richest states, the state that I come from, as well as this thing. And Tamil Nadu and Kerala are not far behind. Both are around 2,41,000, which is Tamil Nadu, and Kerala is 2,30,661, again higher than the national average, and Andhra Pradesh is around 2,07,000. So in terms of the debt ratio, it again shows the capability of how the southern states boost their economies. And now, the debt to GDP ratio, sir, as you would know, is a major indicator of the financial health of a state. Particularly, if you have a lower debt to GDP ratio, it indicates a stronger financial condition. Among the 5 major southern states, Telangana has the lowest debt to GDP ratio of around 25%, followed by Karnataka, 27.5, Tamil Nadu, 27.7, Andhra Pradesh, 32.8, and Kerala, 37.2%. And that's something that I'm sure you will address in the years ahead as to how you can keep that down. Now, when it comes to the social sectors, education and competing welfare initiatives in the South Indian states, these, of course, again, are much, much stronger than the northern, western, and eastern states of India. And that's because there's been a long-standing policy of welfare-driven benefits that have been there. Great school education, as Kerala has demonstrated, apart from health system, which again Kerala is the leading state for. And if you take a look at the Human Development Index, clearly the southern states are again ahead. Just one parameter I'll give you all. Literacy rates in the southern states are higher than the national average, with approximately 81% of the population capable of reading and writing in these states. The fertility rate is among the lowest in the country, and Kerala achieved zero population growth long before, and currently it is around 1.9, which makes it the lowest across all of India. Again, to just show you another indication of development is women empowerment, and the male-female sex ratio is the highest, with Kerala and Tamil Nadu topping this. So give it off for the women here for doing that. And if you take a look at the South Indian states, and look at parameters like economic freedom, life expectancy, access to drinking water, house ownership, and television ownership too, it is again the highest. And finally, if you look at the poverty rate, it is at 19%, while the other Indian states are at 38%. This is just how progressive the South is. Now, I'm not getting into the Millennium Development Goals, where Kerala has already achieved that in 2009, far ahead of the target. But let's also look at the flip side of this success. And this is one of the issues that southern states are really concerned about. So while their prosperity is there, it leads them to be being taxed more, especially on a per capita basis, because they are less populous. So the states here, the complaint is that they're given a relatively smaller share in the central transfer of taxes, although they are one of the most progressive states across the country. And therefore, they see themselves being punished for their success. Many believe that this has been made worse by the recent tax reforms, and there is a growing and a vexatious issue, with some taking the extreme view that the South is being shortchanged by the North. This and several other concerns, Chief Minister, sir, we hope will be addressed at this conclave. And finally, even the politics in the South is different. If you take, each state is ruled by a different political party currently, and for the first time in 10 years, the BJP doesn't have a government in the South, losing my home state, Karnataka, to the Congress. Regional parties, as you know, play the dominant role in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Andhra, and in Kerala, the CPM holds the levers of power. So, Chief Minister, we are delighted and honored that you have agreed to deliver the inaugural address, the keynote address of this South Conclave. Mr. Vijayan, you have a rare distinction that has led the Left Democratic Front to win the legislative elections twice and be the Chief Minister for the second term in a row. You are known to be a no-nonsense politician, a tough and quick decision maker who holds his grounds once you have made up your mind. These qualities have made or have enabled you to put Kerala on the fast track. As Chief Minister, Mr. Vijayan, you have lifted the well-known Kerala model of development that we all talked about earlier to a much, much higher level. And you have won global recognition for your efforts. your efforts to raise the standard of living in Kerala to the level of middle-income countries among the developed countries of the world in the next 25 years is laudable. And we wish you all the very best in that endeavor. And of course, we hope to hear more of your shining achievements from you yourself. And let me now request the Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, to deliver the inaugural keynote address of the South Conclave. Mr. Vijayan.